don't think you're dealing with an implied cause of action. I think you are dealing with an express cause of action in the Copyright Act. And the question is, to what extent does it reach sort of secondary infringement? And I think at this point, it's too late to say that Congress hasn't endorsed it. And let me point to three things, if I could. One is the addition in 1976 to, in the basic provision of rights to copyright holders, Congress added the words "to authorize." So it's no longer you just have the exclusive rights to do certain things like copy and distribute, but you now have the exclusive right to authorize it. And for those that want to take a peek at a Senate report, those words were added specifically to capture secondary liability. So Congress, starting in 76, expressly adopted it. But then the DMCA, for reasons that we've already talked about, I don't think can be reasonably understood, except against the backdrop of secondary liability. And Congress put specific weight in, again, this is a Senate report, but it looked at three contemporaneous cases. There was a Playboy case. I think the case that's most instructive is the Netcom case, which was it was a 95 case. And that was a case that said, well, for somebody who's like an ISP, I'm sure my friend will say it's not exactly like the ISP today, but somebody who's very much like an ISP, there was no vicarious liability because they didn't make money off of the infringing, but there was material contribution liability. So that's the evolving common law that Congress is passing, and so I think Congress embodies that in the DMC safe harbor, but just as a cherry on the sundae, in the same DMCA, a provision that I only came across over the weekend, but still is in there, 17 U.S.C. 1201C2 is another provision that sort of says that the anti-circumvention provisions are not designed to change the rules of vicarious and contributory liability. So I think there are multiple textual acknowledgments of vicarious and contributory infringement in the code that distinguish this from your sort of classic